What's good, y'all? It's Makayla here, back with another video. In today's video, it is another Beauty 101, and today is going to be a mini-sode. In this mini-sode, I'm going back into brows and really going in depth and doing some slow motions so you guys can really understand, because before I move forward with the other episodes, I want to make sure you got brows down pat, because like I said, the brows are the focal point of your face. Back in the day, they just used to shave them off and then draw a straight line. Now, in today's society, we're really trying to go with the eyebrow shape we already have. Really, it's more natural brows, things like that. So I really want to go in depth and make sure you guys understand that first. I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil with me today, because this is the easiest pencil that can be used in my opinion. And what's comparable to this is the NYX brow defining pencil, and it looks exactly like this, and that's going to be $10. So that is a hack. It's going to be so much more cheaper, but it works exactly the same as this Anastasia Beverly Hills one. So you do not need the high-end. NYX works just as fine. Whatever you see with a small tip like this and also a brush on the other end, that's what you should get. That's what you're going to need: your pencil, and you're going to need a concealer. Today I'm just going to use a concealer that matches my skin tone, and I'm going to use this MAC tapered small brush to conceal underneath my eyebrows. The smaller the brush, the better. I use this brush to conceal underneath my eyes, this brush right here, but this brush is acceptable. This brush, and it's really small, you can get really in depth. Then I'm going to use my favorite, this MAC brush. So let's get right into the video. I don't know if I mentioned this in my first video, but there's a simple hack that you can remember to do on your brows. So as you look at your eye, going from the inner corner out, this is where your eyebrow should start. So your eyebrows shouldn't be over here, they shouldn't be connecting, they should start diagonally this way. From my inner corner to my eyeball right here, this is where your fade should end. This is where you should start drawing. From your pupil this way is where your arch should be. From your outer corner right here of your eye, diagonally, this is where your eyebrow should end. So if you go in a windshield wiper motion, that should be your brow totally. So your inner corner to where your eyeball starts, where the color starts, that should be where your fade is. You shouldn't have a lot of fade, because then it starts to look crazy. From your pupil, diagonal is where your arch of your eyebrow should be, and from your outer corner diagonally is where your eyebrow should end. So that's a little hack that you should always remember. Do a windshield wiper motion, and anything outside of that is not where your eyebrow should be. So let's get started. This eyebrow I'm going to talk through, and this eyebrow I'm going to do a slow motion. You don't need a lot of product. Make sure you're using a heavy enough hand to where you can see the line, because first you outline. First, I see the diagonal, and I'm just going to draw my line. And we're using short strokes, but you're getting it in the same line. And right now, you're just following your shape. Following the shape of your eyebrow, like that. And then I like to come down. And that should be your first underline. So if you don't want to go down with your eyebrow, then you could go outward. It's going to be the same process. I just go down for my eyebrow, so it makes my arch look higher. So that is your underline. For the top line, don't go super duper above your eyebrow. To be safe, I would say draw inside of your eyebrow first. So I'm just starting where the bottom line is, and I'm going straight across. Once I get to my arch, I stop, and then I curve, and then I meet this point right here and leave this line alone, because your end of your eyebrow should be thin. The windshield wiper motion also works as a gradient. So when you begin to start filling in, you can start from the back, because that is where it's going to be darkest. And right now, I'm just basically coloring in. The more you move forward, that's how your hand should get lighter. So now, I'm not putting as much force or pressure, so I can get the perfect gradient. And I'm stopping exactly where my lines stop. And if you need to draw a line like that, you definitely can, so you know where to stop. So now you see it's lighter right here. From here to here it's lighter, and then it progressively gets darker until the end. Okay, so that is how you do the brow. Really simple, really easy, really quick. So now I just take the spoolie and I go in a motion like this to fade out the product the way I need it to fade out. I go up in the front and then I start going sideways over here. So that was this brow. Now I'm going to do this brow in a slow motion. Make sure you're paying attention. I'm going to do the exact same things. Alright, so now on to concealer. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. These are $1.99. You can get them from literally anywhere. Getting the brush I love right here. You don't want a lot. I like to first start by drawing a line. I like to raise my eyebrows so I can see better. And once you draw the first line, then you can start moving a little bit faster. Make sure you're getting in the arch. And once you get over here, you don't really need to conceal as much, because this, you don't want to conceal your end of your brow away. And then I just like to bring it down. After I do that, I like to go in with a brown eyeshadow or an eyeshadow that matches your skin tone to set it, just so it won't be shiny and it won't get shiny throughout the day. I'm going to be using the color Universal. right here, and I just take a random fluffy brush. You want it to look like your skin. You don't want it to look like you concealed underneath your brows. You don't want floating brows or ghost brows, whatever you call it. You don't want that. Okay. See, and now they look totally natural, like you did not conceal. So let me go to the slow motion side. Alright, so now that we've concealed, we did our brows, we've set them. Now you can leave it like this, but like I said, I always like to highlight before I start my eyeshadow. So I'm going to go back into this exact same Morphe 3 502 palette and get a highlighting shade, whichever you're more comfortable with. But if you're doing everyday brows, it's good to stay with a gold. So I'm going to go into Pure, and that is this nice gold shadow right here. And your highlight goes right underneath your arch. I really like to go heavy on the highlight, but you don't have to do that. And I'm just patting it on first, then we're going to blend it in. Then I'm going to take the same brush that still has some of the brown on it to blend it in. Because you don't want any harsh edges, you just want it highlighted right underneath your brow. Alright you guys, so now we're completely finished with our brows. If you had messed up on the top of your brows, I don't really like to conceal the top of my brows if I'm not wearing a full face of foundation, all that type of stuff. But if you need to and you did mess up, you can follow the same exact steps. You just set with a setting powder or a brown eyeshadow and it should blend perfectly into your skin. I like to use a beauty blender instead of a brush, just making sure that you really get into your skin and that it's blended out so it doesn't look like your brows are floating. So I think that is it for this video. More Beauty 101 videos are to come. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you guys would like to see the video on my hairstyle, that is going to be in the cards above. Have a blessed day. Come back, enjoy, subscribe, and share.